Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pairfect, the daily Tribune show that features top personalities in various fields of endeavor. I am Dinah Ventura.
And I am Alvin Kasiban. Joining us today are two gentlemen who will share with us a unique opportunity for people who want to achieve higher goals. Our guests today are Mr. Adam Folleas, Officer for Higher Education and Linguistics from the French Embassy and Head of Campus France, Philippines, and Mr. Giunell Flores, General Manager of the Philippine Italian Association. Welcome to Perfect,
Welcome to
Adam and
Pairfect,
Giunell.
Adam
Thank
Giunell.
you, thank you.
Thank you.
So,
So, kamusta ba?
Très bien, merci.
well,
So, all right. First off,
let's start.
what is the European Higher Education Fair all about?
Um, okay, so the European Higher Education Fair is a school fair organized by the European Union delegation to the Philippines. I think more than 10 years now. And uh, it's joined by the member states, by the member states of Europe, cultural organizations, and of course local universities as partners. Yeah, so this year it will be a hybrid setup, same as last year.
Okay, hybrid. So, there's physical setups. Where will it be held this year?
It will be held in Shangri-La Plaza, Mandaluyong.
Okay.
The on-site will be September 30 to October 1, and the online will be October 2.
All right. So, how about you, Adam? How will the French Embassy participate in this event?
Well, we will come with many of our higher education institutions, whether it is on-site or online. On-site, we will have 3 higher education institutions, which are Sciences Po, ICAM, which is an engineering school, and Unilassal. So we're very happy that they will be coming with us today, but there will also be Campus France, which is the agency in charge of promoting higher education in the Philippines and in the world globally. And also Alliance Française, which is the local institution who's in charge of promoting French language and giving French language classes in the Philippines. And this Alliance Française, which is from Manila, is located in Makati.
Yes. They're the ones that organize Fête de la Musique.
Yes, of
Yes.
course, exactly.
Yeah.
So, the European Higher Education Fair is the longest running educational fair here and the biggest I hear also. Can you tell us about how it started here in the Philippines and how it has helped students, obviously?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not sure about the start because I just joined the team last year. But I heard that it was started, I think, 2011 or something.
Also, just the past decade.
Yes, I think 12 days, 12 years
yeah.
more, and as the biggest, let's say, educational fair here in the Philippines, um, it actually gave a lot of opportunities to Filipinos. Let's say an example would be our goodwill ambassador Noel Cruz, architect Noel Cruz. He's a teacher or an architect in UST teaching architecture, and after graduating, he decided to learn to study masteral in Politecnico di Milano. And right now, his students right now in UST are now studying in Politecnico as well. They just arrived in Italy, so like there's the connection. There's a like a great opportunity for Filipinos, not only in Italy but
Other countries
yes.
in the
So
EU. Okay.
And you, Adam, how how did the French Embassy first participate in this program? What was your initial
Participation.
yeah, basically, and the projects you first enacted?
In EHF,
Yeah.
I don't really have information regarding the first participation, but I think that we've been here from the beginning. This initiative is really important for us because we want to promote higher education as a European country, as part of the European Union. So we're very happy to be here with our partners, and we really think that together we are stronger in promoting European higher education.
Okay.
So Yes, this year will be a very important year for us because in the wake of COVID-19, it's time to rebuild stronger relations, and this has to go through mobility of people, mobility of students between our countries. So
Yeah,
we're
so
really
once
looking
again,
forward to this event.
Alright,
okay.
so with this, what can people look forward to in this year's edition?
Mm, let's say that after COVID, students were looking for a way to go out more. So, in terms of um, how do you say that, when we talk about internet or social media, uh, the European Higher Education Fair is a way to connect the Philippines to other countries, specifically Europe or Italy, France, and other states. And yeah, if they come in the fair this September, October, they'll have a chance to know more, to learn more the process in terms of scholarships as well, and yeah. So I think it's a great opportunity for them to participate in this,
Yeah.
and it's free.
Have you always had a good number of participants every year?
The Italy or just
Just
FF in general.
the F in general.
Last year I think we had, I think, thousands
Yeah,
or yeah,
thousands.
thousands. It
Yeah.
was
So it
thousands.
increases every year, you think?
Uh, I don't have an idea of, compared before COVID, but definitely our target for this year is to have more than last year, since last year is like opening the borders. So
Okay,
I think
yeah.
this year it will be
A
more.
lot more
Yeah.
people. Yeah, I think it's really important to talk about this so that people who are interested will know that they have somewhere to go
Yeah.
in case they are interested to study some more.
Yeah, and with that, what are the opportunities they can expect, and what are the basically the opportunities that they might get if they attend the event in your end and also in your end at the French embassy?
Yeah, so if I may, on our end, we really first of all want to promote one of our finest higher education institution who are coming here to meet with the public. We also want to discuss about our scholarship opportunities, about the quality of our higher education system. We really want to connect with young people who strive to go abroad to study because education is important for us.
Yep.
So we really want to reach these people and show them that there is this European higher education systems which are very good, which most of the time are like kind of like not that too high of a price. You know, you can access good education at a good price, and it's not because it's like lower price that in other education system that it's bad. Like the state funds a lot, for example, in France, the state contributes a lot to higher education. So it's not because, for example, you would pay from 2,000 to 3,000 euros that you have access to a bad education system. It's because the state is behind, it's funding in everywhere, even outside of the system, for housing, for food, for restaurants. So we really want to showcase everything that we have to offer to young Filipino students.
So basically, it's a full package if they will
Yeah,
really
Yeah.
engage with you guys. So with that, what kind of programs or courses
Are
that might
available.
interest the young people here in the Philippines, and you think that France specializes in
For programs specific?
or courses for for the
Yeah,
higher education?
I take our most prominent, one of a very good school that will be coming, and we're very happy to have them, which is Sciences Po. They have a lot of fully taught English programs, which is Sciences Po Paris. It's one of the top three, if my memory is correct, schools in political sciences and international relations. If according to the last, like 2023 QS ranking. So it's a very good institution, and they have like programs fully taught in English. One that I would like to showcase is the one related to international governance. I've met myself with young aspiring young Filipino people who want to work in diplomacy, in DFA. After I really recommend them to check Sciences Po's offer in programs, because I think that they will meet young people from all over the world, and they will get a very good quality education with good professionals who will teach them a lot of things. So really, we invite you to come to AHEV 2023.
Find
come
out,
and see us.
yeah, what's there, what's in store,
Yeah, so
right?
Yeah.
I guess aside from the education they're getting, knowing people from all walks of life and from different countries will also teach them, the different cultures and how
Yeah,
different people, act or how they practice just being alive. Basically, never.
It's getting exposed to different cultures
Yeah,
and
basically.
ways of
And I
life.
think that's a big thing also. That
It
we
makes
will
your
get in the
education
kind of
that
program.
much more fuller, right?
Yeah, and speaking of the cultural part, aside from those programs like in diplomacy, international relations, and English and business, I know France is also heavy on the arts and the culture. So, are there programs that you guys can offer to them that it's leaning on that part, or basically in maybe
The creative
the creative
industries.
industry in France.
It's
basically.
very interesting that you're talking about creative industry. Of course, in France, we have a lot of higher education institutions like École des Beaux-Arts who handle this creative side. But for those who will be attending AHEV for the online part, I would like to kind of unconventional, but talk about a business school, which is Cage International Business School, who will attend the online edition. And they have this creative arts program, which I recommend. And one of our Phil France scholarship beneficiary will actually go next year to follow this
okay.
program. So we fund her mobility, and we are really expecting to see how it will happen for her because I think she wants to work in a cinema production or something like
Yeah,
this.
and
So
France is also big
of
in
course.
movies, of
Yes,
course, from
yeah.
the French
Film
New Wave.
industry.
But how about in the?
Yeah, Adam, I have a question for
Okay.
him because I know that you've also taken higher education yourself. Why do you think it's important to get higher education at this time?
Yeah, in terms of education, I think Adam mentioned about everything. But I think it's if we talk about, let's say, culture or experience, exposure, just the simple things like, I don't know, transportation. For example, if you work in transportation but you lived in the Philippines, just in the Philippines, you won't have any idea of what kind of transportation is in the other
Yeah.
in the other countries. Or I don't know, you're a designer, interior designer, but you lived here in the Philippines, you won't know, or at least you have an idea looking at magazines or studying videos, what kind of, I don't know, the Tuscan design of this house. But if you live in Italy, for example,
Like you did.
yeah, you'll have a better idea. Okay, if this is good enough for the designers in the Philippines that stayed only here, this might not be that, let's say, good if the designer studied in Italy. And so, I mean, simple things like that. Food, you're a chef, but you will experience food here in the Philippines. You won't know the, let's say, the legit term,
The authentic.
Italian food, let's
Yeah.
say.
Yeah,
So,
I think when designs and food influences, when it crosses borders, it's inevitable that it would also be influenced by the
Yeah.
culture that we have here. So basically, sometimes it mixes and it gets lost along
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the purity of it is what will enchant
Yeah.
you, I guess, if you get there. So.
This is a really good opportunity for people to expand
Yeah.
their experience, their minds, and I really do have a lot more questions, but for now, let's take a short break.
This break is brought to you by Angkas, Beat the Traffic, Bayad Center, hashtag Bigger Better Younger Bayad, and you can buy it all. Conti's Bake Shop and Restaurant, delightfully yours. Globe, atin ang mundo. Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart, live more today. Union Bank, it starts with you. And Tata Consultancy Services. A wellness show dedicated to empowering viewers with the knowledge and inspiration needed to lead a healthy lifestyle. Be Well Now, hosted by Miss Cory Crino, every Wednesday at 2 p.m. only here at the Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube. Para yan at talakayang showbiz, times 2, doble-doble! Kasama ang dalawa sa walang kupas na talakera ng showbiz, Alvin Ignacio at Alex Brosas. DTT Show, tuwing Sabado at Linggo, alas 4 ng hapon, dito lang sa Diaryo Tirada ng Daily Tribune. Conversations that are masterclasses from the top honchos of various industries. Learn from their strategies and insights so you yourself can unlock your full potential. Pairfect every Friday at 2 p.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube. Creative minds, entertainment icons, style influencers. We shine the spotlight on remarkable individuals who shape our cultural landscape. Every Tuesday at 2 p.m. only here in Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube. Straight Talk dives deep into present issues of leadership, politics, business, and more. Engage in insightful conversations with industry shakers, government leaders, and trailblazers every Wednesday at 10 a.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube.
And we're back here in Pairfect, and still with us is Adam and Giunell. Okay, so
French and Italian
French
embassies.
and well, he's from the Philippine Italian Association.
Yes,
Yeah.
pero yung representing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, going back to the topic, our next question is, what kind of opportunities are available to Filipino students through the AHF? Like, can you list down all the kinds of things that they can get?
Okay, let's say for Italy, if we talk about Italy, there's this let's say notion or idea for Filipino students that studying in Europe is expensive.
Expensive, yeah.
It might be true, but at the same time, it's not just okay. It's expensive. I don't go there. No, Italy has a lot of opportunities, a lot of scholarships to let's say offer. The government can offer scholarships. The institutions, the universities can offer scholarships, and if you study in Italy, you have the chance not only to study there, but to the possibility to work part-time while studying for 20 hours a week. So
To augment your stay.
yeah, so you study and then you have the chance to work there as well. And when you graduate, you have the chance to receive, let's say, permanent residency in Italy. So it's kind of a win-win in that regard. And of course, exposure, experience, the life. If you get a Schengen visa, you can travel to Europe. I mean, not only in Italy but to other countries as well. And I think that's an advantage that Europe has that I think the Philippines or Asia in general does not have. So yeah.
Okay. I'd
So
like
you mentioned earlier that you guys also, I mean, the participants can also work part-time. Like, did you guys arrange that for them, or you guys just assist on what their preferred job is? Or you guys, there's mga may naka-ready.
what kind of assistance will they
yeah.
get in terms
Oh,
of
okay.
getting
It's
that?
actually it really so it differs from university to university. They could help inside the campus, like
As a student assistant,
yeah,
like that.
or they can go outside and they can choose their job.
basically?
Yeah, it's up to them, and it's part of the law anyway. So you can work 20 hours, I don't know, in a factory or in a restaurant, in a cafe. So it's really up to you.
So is that also applicable to
Of course,
people?
you can work alongside your studies in France. If I would say it's recommended, like if you want to finance your studies. Of course, alongside we also have scholarship programs at the French embassy. Like among the many other scholarship programs opportunities that we have in France, I would like to talk first of all about the FIFRance scholarships, which are handled by our embassy. So. For any student who would like to go and study in master studies in France, I know that a lot of young people here actually go to France to study masters. So we can help you go to France and fund your studies, give you a monthly allocation, which amounts to 860 euros every month during the whole duration of your master studies. Really, I invite all the people who are watching to come and see us. I will be here, and it would be a pleasure for me to give you more information regarding these programs. And aside from these programs, all of the different institution, different higher education institution offer also scholarships, but it depends on your level of study, of your nationality, on your many criterias. And I really invite you to search through our Campus France scholarship search engine, which depending on these criteria can give you a pass to the right scholarship. So really,
Nice.
you can go study in France, you can go study in Europe. Don't hesitate to contact us. We're here to share this information with you and give you a tailored assistance to build your study program.
All right, I will definitely contact him.
Someone's interested here. But
With pleasure.
yeah. Well, listening to you, I really am thinking about how the world has changed so much, and there's so many opportunities for people now globally, and your event is giving them this kind of opportunity. But focusing on education, like what sort of, like how has this change in the world affected the way we should approach education, do you think?
Yeah, so basically what
Yeah.
does this mean for young
For
people?
young people, what
in terms of
yeah, what
education?
should they do? We can't just go the traditional way anymore, obviously. So, what can you say about?
Do you want to go first?
I don't know.
Okay, let's go, Adam.
Yeah.
Very quick. So, what education or higher education means for young
Yeah.
people?
Yeah.
It's for me, as I have graduated not too long ago. It was important because I had some dreams. I wanted to do a job which I'm actually doing today, and I think it's because I had good education and then I had the right diplomas that I was able to reach these dreams. So really, I invite all young people to pursue higher education so that maybe you can reach your dream job. Really.
Yeah. A lot of people, I think, believe that you don't really need to get that kind of education to achieve success in life.
It's a case by case scenario. I mean, there might be some people like that, but I think in our time right now, education is really part of a very important part of your life. It gives you opportunities that, let's say you're a PhD, definitely you have a better opportunity than a bachelor degree. Let's say they might have the same skills, but this diploma here can give you a better opportunity than.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, just that is an
Yeah.
advantage.
I don't think it gets talked about a lot, really, because, you know, people, when you say, let's go to school again, it doesn't appeal to a lot of people. But, you know, so let's give them an idea how it's like to study in.
Yeah, and what's the situation on the
Yeah.
ground once you're there? What are they going to
Yeah.
experience? What are the things that they can or have to do once they are there? Or is the experience more theoretical or practical? And how
What is it like
what is it
to
like,
study
basically?
in your country and in Italy where you studied?
For Italy, I mean, we are a bit more, how do you say that, free in a way. But advice or suggestion, you can't experience the full experience of Italy if you do not know the language. I mean, it's not required. There are courses that are taught in English. But if you really want to experience the life that an Italian does in Italy, like knowledge of the language is an advantage, definitely. Not even the advanced knowledge, just the basic one. Just ordering food or buying books at the bookstore. Yeah.
That would help.
Yung the feeling that you receive when you I bought a book and I spoke in Italian. So so yeah, in terms of, you can relate more with Italians, the culture, the language, and I don't know, sport, everything, if you know the language. But at the same time, right now, the millennials and Gen Zs of Italy, they are catching up in English in a way, because
Right.
Italy was not known for being an English-speaking country, compared to to France or to I don't know, Germany. But right now they're
Catching
catching
up.
up, and this is the best opportunity for Filipinos as well to go there, since we are an English-speaking country and Italy is now welcoming English in a way. So yeah.
So how about in France? Can you
Tell us about.
can you say that it's a bit similar also in France?
Regarding like the study experience
Yeah.
in France, like how I would describe studying in France.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what is
basically.
it like to
What's the
study
one-
there?
Experiences.
I'd say like maybe in four quick points. First of all, as I myself actually I grew up in Morocco and I came to France for my studies. So I kind of had the part of somebody coming to France, to the mainland to study there, and I've been there for 10 years. And what has really impressed me was, first of all, of course, the quality of the education of the programs, of course. But I know that as a student, you also want to experience other things. If you move away from your country, you want to discover things. So, what really impressed me first was the art and culture, like cinema, festival, a lot of music festivals.
Oh, I want that.
Like really, and like spending times with like this international climate. Like you have a lot of people from different culture in Paris, but also outside of Paris. Like a lot of students, we have a lot of young students from all the countries studying there. So you will make lifelong friends there. And also France is a gateway to Europe in a way that's like, for example, I was able to visit the Netherlands, Germany, Spain, Italy, the Belgium of also. So you can move around, and we have a very developed like a transportation
Yes.
system, and like for
So easy.
yeah, it's very easy to move around really. So
You can go by bus or by train.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not even by
So
airplane.
yeah, how's the
Sure.
transportation in France and Italy, in Europe basically? Is it very accessible to everyone, or is it like part of the everyday life of the people there?
For Italy, it's part of everyday life. When I went to school, I actually used the bike.
Mm-hmm.
But when I grew up, no, I don't want to pedal anymore. So I use the tram. If you know the tram, or the bus. Not our kind of bus. Like it's they stop. I mean, they have a stop everywhere. So they do not go. Oh, stop here, and then you stop. Yeah. So.
There are designated
They have schedules.
spots.
Yes,
Yeah,
they have
okay.
schedules. They might not follow the time, but
There's
it's not like Germany. Germany, okay, 2 p.m. is there.
Yeah, I guess I think if you're gonna study in Europe, basically, and basically in any country, if you're a
Any country.
student, that is your initial
question. Concern?
no, I mean that's your initial mode of transportation.
Yeah.
The public transport there. So I think it's also important for young people who will want to study to to know how the public transportation is for them to get around different places.
Is that something that they'll see in the fair, in the education
Yeah,
fair?
like how they will
Yes, is that
get
part
around
of?
the place, to familiarize them more and the setting basically.
Actually, it's usually part of the questions that the participants ask the representatives, and so yeah, it might not be part of the program or no specific webinar for
Yeah.
this, but if you talk with the representatives
It's
or
easy
if
to
you talk
find
to me, I can definitely, let's say, give you an example or share my experience on how was the transportation.
Yeah.
Not even within Italy, but you can use trains to go to France, to go to Spain. So, yeah, I mean, it's a
Basically,
different.
be a nomad.
Yeah, it's a different experience.
Because if I'm gonna go there, that's my first objective. Like, how will I get around the
Yeah,
place?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's not going to be a problem.
Yeah.
when I was studying in Lyon, which is the second biggest city, I had a lot of Japanese friends there, like foreign students. I was part of a buddy program, and actually, I think in 3 months, I was quite impressed with the numbers of countries they had been around in Europe in a very short amount of time. So
Wow.
really, mobility is like possible there.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, that's good
So
because that's another kind of
You're
education.
just gonna wake up one morning. Oh, I want to go to Belgium.
What a life!
I'm
right?
gonna have lunch in Belgium. Okay, so for the next question, of course, it relates to what I asked earlier. So how should students prepare themselves to study abroad? Do they need, like what you said, do they need language lessons? What are the costs or fees involved, that they should expect, even though they have scholarships and the likes?
Yeah, but before they answer that,
We will take a short break.
This break is brought to you by Angkas, Beat the Traffic, Bayad Center, hashtag Bigger Better Younger Bayad, and you can buy it all. Conti's Bake Shop and Restaurant, delightfully yours. Globe, atin ang mundo. Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart, live more today. Union Bank, it starts with you. And Tata Consultancy Services. A wellness show dedicated to empowering viewers with the knowledge and inspiration needed to lead a healthy lifestyle. Be Well Now, hosted by Miss Cory Crino, every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Only here at Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube. Parayan at talakayang showbiz, ×2, doble-doble! Kasama ang dalawa sa walang kupas na talakayan ng showbiz, Alvin Ignacio at Alex Brosas. DTT Show, tuwing Sabado at Linggo, alas 4 ng hapon, dito lang sa Diaryo Tirada ng Daily Tribune. Conversations that are masterclasses from the top honchos of various industries. Learn from their strategies and insights so you yourself can unlock your full potential. Pairfect, every Friday at 2 p.m., only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube. Creative minds, entertainment icons, style influencers. We shine the spotlight on remarkable individuals who shape our cultural landscape. Every Tuesday at 2 p.m., only here in Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube. Straight Talk dives deep into present issues of leadership, politics, business, and more. Engage in insightful conversations with industry shakers, government leaders, and trailblazers every Wednesday at 10 a.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube.
And we're back again here in Pairfect, and I'm still your host, Alvin, and with Miss Dinah. And we have our guest, Adam, from the French Embassy.
Hello.
And Giunell from the Philippine Italian Association. So going back to our question earlier. Yeah, so how should students prepare themselves to study abroad? Do they need language lessons? What are the costs involved?
fees and
Fees,
costs.
yeah, what should
Yeah.
they expect?
As I mentioned earlier, they could experience more if they know the language. It's not a requirement. Oh, sorry. It's a requirement maybe for bachelor degrees, because
Okay.
bachelor degrees in Italy are taught in Italian, while for masters and doctorates, they can be taught in English. So, yeah, that's a requirement for bachelor degrees. But
Wait, so you have no choice but to immerse yourself in the language
Yeah.
to actually
Yeah.
get a degree.
I think
Okay.
it would be best.
everywhere naman, everywhere.
Yeah, that makes sense.
In terms of cost of living, let's say, definitely the main cities are more expensive. I don't know, let's say we talk about Milan, Rome, Venice, Florence. So it's definitely more expensive in those cities. So it really depends on the school as well. If your school is located in a more like not a mainstream city, like University of Macerata, who will be joining us this year. Definitely the cost of living there is less, and in terms of preparation or fees, if it's a public school, siguro yearly tuition fee is around 900 euros to 4,000 euros. It really
Depends.
depends on the school and on the course, of course. So that's yearly. So let's say 1,000 euros is 65,000 pesos a year. So
That's okay.
yeah, for public school, definitely the private schools are
A little more expensive.
another
More hefty.
yeah. So yeah, in terms of fees, it's like that, and cost of living siguro per including accommodation, food, transportation, average of 8,000
Euro
euros
a month. A day. Joke.
A day?
I'm
a
joking.
year. I'm estimating like the cost of living, including accommodation,
Food,
transportation.
Not per
transportation.
month. Like 8,000 is a lot.
No, no,
Depends
not per
from-
month, not per month, or even less.
Like it depends maybe if you're in Roma or in
Yeah.
other places, no?
Yeah.
But I don't remember Roma as being like a very expensive city in my memory. I don't know.
It's a bit
Really? Yeah, I have been there when I was 15, so sorry.
yeah,
it's so long.
Okay.
But anyway, how about in France?
In France, well, it's kind of the same, but it depends where you go. Like if you take like the tuition fee, there's some different profiles. Like recently, they rose a bit, but like it depends if it's a first registration in the higher education system, if it's the first year of a bachelor or a master's, it depends. But like expect around, if it's like normal university fees, from 2,000 and a half to 3,000 if it's a master and a half, like higher. And but if you, it depends, like because our higher education system is divided between public universities, private schools, and other type of very specific schools for architecture or other stuff like this. And for example, if you go to a private school, it can go from 1,500 euros up to a lot more. So really depends. So we really invite the students to contact us if they want, like to contact our Campus France office if they want more information on the tuition fees. Regarding also the scholarships opportunities, which I talk a lot about, but they're very important to give them confidence in
Right.
going to study in Europe. And for the average like life, like the cost of life, once again, it depends if you were in Paris or in other province city. In Paris, for example, you can get access as an international student to CRUS accommodation, CRUS, which is like the institution in charge of housing, student housing, like public student housing. So, for example, in Paris, like you can pay like something like 400 or 500 euros per month for accommodation. But in another city, for example, in Lyon, I used to pay like a little more than 200 euros per month.
Wow.
So, and you have access also to student restoration, student like restaurants. Sorry. So you can find a way around not to pay too much to live there.
To live.
Just prepare well before going. Like look at the price, try to budgetize to understand how much you will spend. Look for scholarship opportunities. That would be my advice.
That's good
And
advice.
don't underestimate like visa procedures. Like do everything in advance.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good advice. Okay.
It actually depends on your lifestyle.
Yes. So over the last decade, do you have any success stories that we'd like to share to inspire people to?
Or are they notable? Are there notable people who went through
Yeah,
the programs
the
you offered
program
here? Yeah.
that attended AF and then became a success in some way.
Yeah. I mentioned him earlier, architect Noel Cruz. He's one of our success stories, and he's continuing to do the same for his students. I think.
Right, this is a professor in UST, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
professor in UST. He studied masters in Politecnico di Milano, and now his students are doing the same thing. 3 students from UST, and they are taking the same course that he's taking in architecture. I think another one would be a professor in Saint Benilde. She studied masters in fashion in I think I don't remember if it's IED or Istituto Secoli. I mean, one of the 2 schools. But yeah, there are a lot of professors right now that studied in Italy. I think another goodwill ambassador for Spain and Italy. She studied in Spain and she studied in Italy. She was the host of EHF the past before COVID. So there are a lot of, let's say, success stories, and hopefully the other participants can get the chance to be the
Yes.
next ones. So yeah,
You're speaking about Daniela Laurel.
yes,
Yeah. She
Yes.
also studied in France like 2 years, I believe, in
yeah.
HEC.
She went around a lot.
Yeah, yeah. She's,
Yeah.
She really immersed herself. Very European culture. I see. I see. So yeah. Lastly, what advice would you guys give to people who would like to pursue
Higher education.
higher education in the EU?
Good question.
Yeah.
I believe that you really, it's not because you don't master or know a European language that
Okay.
you won't be able to go around. In the continent, a lot of young people are actually speaking English, and even if it's not the case, I think that you should not fear to immerse yourself in the many rich cultures that you will get to encounter in Europe, whether it is France or Italy or Germany or other countries. Really try to mix with other people. It would be my main advice. Don't be afraid, and like open up, see other people. Really,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's,
Take a leap of faith.
yeah,
Yeah.
really.
that's good. That's good to hear, right? Okay, we're running out of time
Yeah,
again.
so basically, do you guys have any parting shots?
Yes, please.
Anything that you guys want to promote also about AHF?
And maybe you would like to invite them in a foreign language.
Okay, so this is the part. Okay, yeah, I'll start. Ciao ragazzi, sono Giunell e sono il General Manager della Philippine Italian Association. Se volete venirci a trovare in Shangri-La Plaza settembre, 30 settembre, 1 ottobre, siamo lì con le scuole italiane e altre scuole europee. E do la parola a Adam. Oh, do I need to translate?
Sure.
Oh, God.
I think I got it. I think
Yeah.
you said please come to the your
Yeah.
education fair is going to be held at Shangri-La.
Shangri-La.
Yes.
That's
And
all
there are
I
Italian
understood.
schools and European schools, and then
Okay.
give the word to Adam.
All right, Adam.
Bonjour, je suis Adam Folleas, je suis chargé de mission universitaire et linguistique à l'ambassade de France aux Philippines et je suis également responsable de l'espace Campus France Manille. Je vous invite à venir nous retrouver le week-end prochain, donc, du 30 septembre au 1er octobre au salon, pour nous dire bonjour, pour faire connaissance et pour que nous puissions vous aider dans vos projets. Which means I am Adam Folleas, I'm Officer for Higher Education and Linguistics at the French Embassy and also Head of Campus France Manila. I invite you to come and meet us at the event next weekend and like 30 September and 1st October. And really, we would be very happy to meet you and discuss with you about your mobility project in France.
All right, wow. So there we have it. This discussion has really been very informative.
Very.
It
Thank you
also
very
sparked an
much.
interest in me.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm sure a lot of people
Yeah, for
would
sure,
be
for
interested.
sure.
So thank you very much for talking more about and explaining about the event, the upcoming event. And we hope that a lot of our viewers would take the time to join and check out.
To get to know and to
Check
get to know
out the
more about their
fair.
programs that they're
Yes.
offering. Right.
Okay, so
So yeah, so again, thank you.
thank you, gentlemen, for joining us today and sharing
Thank you.
with
Thank
us
you.
opportunities in higher education.
All right. Thank you for watching, guys. And once again, this is Alvin Kasiban.
This is Dinah Ventura.
And this has been Pairfect.